Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, thanks for stopping by. Today's journaling entry is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing with you a few video clips from my most recent visit to the Eiteljorg Art Museum in Indianapolis. I visited here with my bestie after the eclipse, and I made a nice little journal entry about some of my favorite pieces that I had seen while I was there, and hopefully it will be inspiring to you too. This museum is definitely well worth the visit, and I hope if you are ever in Indianapolis that you will give it a shot. I love all art museums, of course, but I consider this one pretty unique to Indianapolis, and I think we should be proud to have it. Because I want to journal with some of the photographs I took at the museum, I am going to bust out my new little Kodak mini retro printer. This is actually my very first time using this machine, so I will kind of give you a little overview on how I got things set up and going. So the first thing I need to do is download the app, of course, and while the app is downloading, I'm going to take a look inside this little printer. I was pleasantly surprised to find that the printer came preloaded with a small cartridge for printing the photos. I'm not actually sure how many this starter cartridge holds, but I know that the refill packs that I got with this set hold 30 prints in it. The printer's battery, however, did not come charged, so I had to plug it in before I could use it. Luckily for you, however, through the magic of video, I can go straight on into the next clip where we can start printing right away. I will go ahead and give you a little overview of the app as well. It is a fairly straightforward app, and you just need to go and find the pictures that you want to use, and then you will set them up to print. Once you find the photograph that you want to print, you will select it and then click the Edit and Print button. Here you can actually zoom in and out and adjust the picture to your liking, and you're also able to set up picture frames around it as well, but I opted not to do that, and I just went ahead and went with the full bleed print to the edge. You are also able to make some adjustments to the photo in the app as well. When ready, you hit the print button and it'll X out the print button and it'll engage in the printing process. One thing that makes this printer a little bit fun is the fact that it does the CMYK passes. So each time it does a pass with ink, it spits itself out so you can see the progress. And I kind of like, as a photography print geek, I find that fairly amusing. Other people may just be like, oh well, whatever, but I thought it was pretty cool. Another thing of note is I kept this in real time with the timer here, just so we could see about how long it takes to make the print. And in this case, I think it popped out at right about 45 seconds or so. Yeah, there, it spit itself out, and now I can grab it and we can get a closer look. Overall, I have to say that I'm pretty happy with the print quality. It's definitely not darkroom professional or anything, but it's fun and it's cute and it's the perfect size for making little scrapbooks and little memory journals and stuff like that. For this particular art journal entry, I had the very hard task of limiting myself to only 4 of the paintings. In all honesty, I might do more with this in the future, but for now, I am going to just stick with these 4 pieces, and this is pretty much how I wanted things to go, which pictures on which page. Aside from my photographs, I also have a few things I picked up at the museum to work with. I think this postcard, which has one of my favorite paintings on it, mainly because it involves 3 dogs. I know that may be a little bit shallow, but I mean, come on, dogs and balls and boots too. But I think, like, I will probably end up just framing that piece and saving it for later, just to hang on my wall for fun because it won't fit very well. But I think I will use the museum map in the backgrounds of this art journal entry. So it is now time to start dismantling this map. I'll also keep this on real time for a little bit so you can get a little bit of the nice ASMR of the tearing of the paper. So I feel like the most important parts of this map are going to be the entry level and the upper level because that's where the majority of the art is. And I'm going to try to keep the pictures to the floors that I saw them on, but I think one of the pieces actually came from the lower floor, so I had to just make do. I also wanted to use a little bit of craft paper for this project, and I again have some that I recycled from a package that I got. I also felt that this entry could use a little pop of color, so I decided to bust out some of my scrapbooking paper stash. Ultimately, I decided to go with this subtle green with a yellow dot paper because I thought it matched nicely with some of the colors in some of the prints. Because the map printout kind of covers the whole page, I decided to start kind of dismantling the printout of the map here, and I wanted to keep the entry level tab just to remind myself that this is the map that it belongs to, and that's where these pictures were. I also wanted to tear away some of the blank space and some of the less important areas of the building here so that I had more room for the pop of color from the scrapbooking paper to come through, and also to give more space for the prints that I'm going to be sticking on top of this. I give it a little test on the green paper and I think it's gonna work, so here we go. And now I will leave you with a little bit of my sped up collage footage. So we have about come to the point where I've had the layout pretty well solidified, and so I'm going to bust out this new tape that I got. It's the MT masking tape in white, and I got it because I thought it would be nice to have a little bit of a minimal look, and I'm going to use that to archivally tape these little photo prints into the journal. Woo. And yes, I almost did get myself back there, but thankfully I didn't, so there's no blood in this video. I don't think YouTube would appreciate blood in the video. Anyway, I plan to use this tape to tape down that little white tab that's at the top of each print. And I want to put tape on the back side and the front side so it makes like a little levered tab, so underneath the photo, if there's something of import under there, I can lift up the photo and read a note that maybe I made. Well, I know that I made notes in this, and I just thought it would be a nice little way to have like little secret notes under there, though they're not that secret because I just told you about them. Anyway, that's just how I do. And here you can see a better example of what my goal was, just to be able to flip up the photo and look at any notes or other images that may be behind the photo. I just wanted to stop and mention here that painting of the young couple, the artist had actually done a little smaller practice piece for this, the much larger painting, and I just found the smaller piece to just be so much more charming, so I definitely wanted to include it into this, and I will show you some of the museum footage of the actual paintings so you can see what I mean. So this is the gallery that the painting is found in, and you can see that the finished painting is very large and has much more navy colors in it, and you can see how tiny that practice painting was. More importantly, however, whenever you take a closer look at this preliminary painting, this little, I guess you can maybe even call it a sketch, the people in this little sketch, they look happy. They look like they're enjoying themselves. And I feel like those happy expressions get lost in the final painting. And I know that the final painting is, you know, very elegant, and I'm sure it was acceptable for the salon, but this little one just has so much more charm, in my opinion. Looking back at the final painting again, you can see that their mood shift is pretty drastic. They're definitely looking much more somber, and it's not as joyous as the original painting, the original sketch, I guess you could say. I'm sure choices were made, and I know that this would have definitely been much more salon worthy, I guess, back in that time. But yeah, I like them both, but I like the tiny little practice painting more. Also, towards the end of creating this little art journal layout, I did write some of my own personal notes under the flip out painting about the same thing that I discussed earlier. Just some of my thoughts on that painting. And here we're coming to the picture of the canyon, and I want to share with you the footage that I took in the museum of these paintings, because they were just so incredible to look at. The original piece is actually a triptych. It's a set of 3 separate paintings that complete the whole panorama of the Grand Canyon. I don't actually think even this video can do this justice, because whenever you see these paintings in person, the lights, the highlights on the canyon walls, they look three-dimensional. They look like they're coming out at you. It looks like you could touch them and that the rock is there. That's how impressive looking at these 3 gigantic paintings are. As an artist looking at those 3 paintings, I mean, it's like peak performance here. I thought now, whenever I am writing the little note for the deer god painting, I would share a little bit of some of the modern art that was in the upstairs of the museum. Okay, now I know some of you have beef with doing the feet up to the head on these portrait formatted paintings, but I can't help it. Anyway, this is the photo that I took of the deer god painting. And yes, we did make a joke, and we are sorry. We couldn't help it because we are meme lords. And I mean, who can resist this painting? This painting is awesome. Let's just admire it quietly. And the last painting to get taped into the book is the one featuring the parents and their child. It was back down on the main floor in the gallery with the painting of the couple that you saw earlier. I really liked this painting for very shallow reasons, and that was that it was in pastels. And I like pastels, and I like scenes of families being kind to each other, so those are my reasons. Not that I need to defend my choices or anything. Really, the museum was so full of great art, it was really hard to narrow it down to 3 separate pieces here. And I do have quite a bit more footage of the museum left, so if you're interested in seeing more of the Eiteljorg, I could put together a short little Eiteljorg video rather. It probably wouldn't be too long, and I would definitely have to reuse some of the clips that I used in this video, but if you're interested in seeing more of the museum, just let me know and I will consider making a video on it. I also ended up busting out my little El Cheapo alphabet stamp kit again for this project. Honestly, this little stamp kit has been a really great purchase because I have ended up using it quite a lot and it's still holding together nicely. At this point, my little collage of memories has mostly come together, and I'm just kind of adding a few little details here and there. And towards the end, I even busted into my little ephemera pack, the one that I bought specifically for the eclipse, and it had those little ticket stubs in there, and I kind of just put a little ticket stub in here as well, kind of like as a pretend ticket. And that is pretty much going to be it for this video. Again, if you're interested in seeing more of the Eiteljorg, let me know, and I can probably cobble together a little video for you. Also, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It's always helpful. And if you're feeling happy, leave a comment. And now I will leave you with a final image of the completed journal entry, and I will bid you to have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!